So after marinating on the prompt of languages lost and found, I came to the language of landscape and how that's lost and found and learned and unlearned through our life, and we connect to it and disconnect. So this piece is a montage of moments. Moments lost, moments found, and moments of not searching for that innate, inexplicable, intrinsic, implicit language of land and place and connection that is held within and between all of us and all of everything. These places exist in reality, in listening fingers, in loving and letting your butter heart sizzle on the back burner consciousness and melt rich and thick into this porous landscape. The one that exists without absurd structures of disconnection, without the fallacy of isolation. Without all this, we can saturate. Without all this, we are together. We, unlikely three of wolf, deer, and raccoon, sit 'neath the cherry wood and listen to the bottom of a lake, trying to remember the lost language of peace, the divine of still. We, unlikely three, drink wine from a mushroom cap, cackle mischief of a windy night, luring cherry blossoms from their branch to the bosom of a beautiful and misplaced vowel, hidden in the bounce of moss. The sound seems to feel like marbles under our inexperienced tongues. The sound seems to taste like the sweet burn of blackberry juice running down greedy chin. Yes, this vowel made our throats lengthen, trombone slide, all so we could speak the moon a little fuller. Yes, and it worked. Yes, we stopped trying to find its shape and instead fed each other sweet apples straight from the branch. Yes, we stopped trying to follow the flat metronome and instead found a rhythm in the bottom of a lake. Still, we, unlikely three of wolf, deer, and raccoon, found the vowel muted, by order, by society, by city, muted, but not lost. We realized this vowel was never lost. It just stopped being celebrated so much, so we howled, lifted whitetail exclamation marks, made garbage bin drum lines, and eventually, once this vowel made its tambourine homes in our jawbones, we scattered like dandelion wish, slow and floating with potential back into our unlikely midnights of wolf, deer, and raccoon. I stayed with the Heiltsuk First Nation on the central coast of BC, bottom of the Great Bear Rainforest. There, I gardened. There, I opened my eyes to the hands written to the land as deep as taproot, hands wide as horizon, ubiquitous as bird call. Under the guidance of Heiltsuk people, the stewards of the land since time immemorial, under the guidance of cedar boughs and ocean swell, I began to see the laugh lines and elderberries, smiling branches, the salmon and the fattest huckleberry, the sweetest crabapple written in the footsteps of spirit bears. I dreamt of ancient whale song echoed in the herring heart's new starts. I began to see the nonsense in park boundaries and city limits, in any boundaries. I began to see boundless stories wrapped around every river bend, ones being retold while they are still unfolding. I began to understand the language of a lateral root, sprawling and scrawling its signatures into soil, dividing and finding its place while also making it stronger. I began to understand the land steeped, and sweating connection. In silence, we let our footstep prayers echo through river otter cathedrals. We push through bushes and leave hungry pieces of ourselves behind on snagged branches, till we feel full as moonlight. It doesn't feel real how quiet bones become, how spines align along unfurling fiddleheads, tantalizing like word you can't really quite call forward into consciousness, laughing at our clumsy journey through unfathomable grace, doing our best to lick up the messy drips hasty from the bottom of the ice cream cone, brimming with wild beauty. Most of it evades our inadequate tongues and just covers our hands with moment. But some of this landscape magic slips, drips honey down our sore throats and cross-pollinates us together. My ears are not always attuned to listen to landscape, but when they do, the high notes hit falsetto. She places round, flat, igneous stones from my belly button into my forehead. We speak ourselves cinnamon circles and skinny dips enter in the lake, holding hands with glaciers. I don't always understand the lessons gleaned from morning dew, or ones taught red and urgent spider bite. See my crazing fingers saturate easy. My heart aches from all the conversations I forget to have with prairie skies. My hands stretch tight when I forget to write love letters and Fibonacci flower blooms. Everything sounds like mumbles when I try to sound out the syllables of sunshine on face. But we know we are connected. Like whispers of a story someone told me once. We all forgot. But remembering is as easy as listening, found is as simple as sight, natural as light, and lost is a consequence of easy. Remembering is not easy. Found is not easy, though it is simple. I admit to so many ways I give up, and try again, and give up and try again. I pick it up clumsy like eager tourist amid a landscape of beauty I'm in love with, but still coming to understand. Still coming to understand that it is woven through me, still coming to understand that I must work to find place, but also trust that it is there. Trust the bumblebee's thank you humstrum through the chords of my conduit heart. Trust the top branch to hold me. Trust the forest to bend around the rack of a galloping moose. It is not always easy to trust. I do not always feel deserving of place. I once pulled wings from a ladybug, stripped it of flight. I stole its story before it was told. I was 8 years old. This, my first memory of guilt. I tried to hide the evidence of ugly and hasty holes I dug for my flightless ladybug. I think if it still had wings, it would know how to fly. Flit between honeysuckles. Lucky for us, we can still learn the language to speak with landscape. Landscape holds our wings in place, holds us healing, holds us from the eager and curious hands of society that tries to pluck our wings and doesn't remember to know better, doesn't remember to stop, and hides the ugly evidence as holes in our heart. A heavy-handed child, greedily, naively pulling apart and trying to put back together broken red-winged beauty made delicate by disconnection. We must give way, like riverbank in flood. Give way, like soil to the searching roots. Give way, like making love, blissful, release, orgasmic, energize, simple, repeat. Give way to the tide, to the decaying apple core, like light through autumn leaves. Give way, give way, give way to the silence. Silence full of what more can we say? Full of quiet connection, speaking to us in symphony while we practice endless scales and dream of harmony. Give way.